What's up, Gnomies? Okay, you're gonna get 2 greetings in this video because I already filmed the greeting. I have to tell you something before we even get started, and that's that I'm going to use a colorless Prisma Colored Pencil, and these are magical. I'm not kidding, they're magic. You can use these to blend, and what's great is that they blend things without changing the color. Prepare yourselves for another greeting. You're gonna get double greeted today. Greetings, artists. Today we are going to use colored pencils to make Mr. Gnome and Sluggy come alive. If you haven't already drawn Mr. Gnome, he is from the Let's Draw Gnomes tutorial. They are timestamped, so you can find the Let's Draw Mr. Gnome and Sluggy part quite easily. The link to that video is in the description. If you are not interested in drawing him yourself and you really just want to use some colored pencils today, I will also include the link to his outlines in the description. I have him on craft colored paper, and I am therefore ready to start coloring with all of you. I'm using Prisma Colored Pencils, and the first colored pencil that I'm using is dark green. I am going to start over here on the side of his hat, doing the dark to light. I'm using the side of my colored pencil, like meaning I'm not right on the tip. I know some of you that are familiar are like, yeah, I know, I'm very familiar, but for the beginners, it's helpful to have those little tips. Okay, so we're gonna fill in the hat and put this first layer down. Don't worry that you can see the paper in the beginning. There's gonna be lots of layers on this guy. Gnomes were not built in a day. All right, the next color is going to be the olive green. Same thing, going dark to light. The next color is going to be true green. You can skip true green if you don't have that one in your palette. We're doing apple green. I'm pressing a little harder with apple green because I'm getting to the point where I want to burnish or like blend these together. So I'm starting to want to snuff out some of that paper texture that's really coming through. Now some white. Try not to create a shadow here. I'm going to spin him around. Hang in there with me. Okay, he's starting to come. I'm going to throw in something. I'm using a colorless Prismacolor. And it is exactly that. It's colorless. It's just for blending. You go back in with it. Put some really good pressure on this puppy. blend your colors together. White is a nice blender, but it changes your colors so much that they're not what you wanted them to be in the very beginning. So I love this thing. I just got it. I'm like, oh, here we go. This is fun. Going back in with the dark green. A little white to highlight. Okay. I do go in at the end. I'll show you right now, just because. But I do go in at the end because this is more illustration style. And I put the lines back in. Okay. So now we'll do the brim of his hat. I do this with less dark green in it. But I still put dark green in there, just less of it. Using the blender again. And now the white. Looking good, friends. Okay, let's do the nose. The Gnomy nose. Going to use light peach, Sienna, I think that's it, brown. I'm gonna do dark to light. We have to round him out. We don't want to go too far with this. Okay, let's add in our light peach. And one more layer of the brown. And blender. Make sure your blender doesn't have any of the last color on it. There we go. Because otherwise it will transfer to your nose and you will have, in this case, a green nose. Oh, look at that. And just a wee little bit of white right up here. So cute. Okay. Oh, I still want to jump to the beard. Oh, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna be diligent and continue on with my greens. To do the same thing down here that we did. Do you want to see that sleeve first? I'm one of those people, and maybe you're one of my people that needs to see it again before we move into the next step, We're just going dark to light, dark to light, dark to light. Pretty simple, my friends, pretty simple. You know what, guys? I'm just gonna skip all the other greens on this one. Let's just do apple green next and see if we just like how that looks. Okay. And his socks. Little stripies. And white. And dark green again. Okay. Yeah, okay. Beard time. On the beard. I put a lot of colors in his beard. We may change it up this time. I am going to use a little black in there. I did not use any black on there. That time I used dark blue. There may be a little black, but we're definitely going to use some white. Here we go on white, so make sure white is nice and sharp. We'll start up here, and there's no reason to not put a lot of pressure on white because you're going to put a lot of layers on this beard of white. First layer done. Going to use the dark green. My thoughts when I put colors into the white like this that match with the color that the gnome is wearing is that white does reflect the colors that are around it. It picks those colors up, and I just like to do it that way. I think it looks neat. It's artsy. It's pretty. My second thought was, because he's green, it really looks like he has grass stains on his beard. It's highly probable. I mean, he's pretty earthy, this one. Gonna outline his nose with the Sienna Brown. Smooth out my line there a little bit. Dude's got a beard. Things are happening. Shoes, mittens. The shoes and mittens I did in brown. I'm gonna use the Sierra. Oh my goodness, it's Sienna. Sienna Brown. I've been saying the wrong color. I'm gonna do dark to light. Same thing. Push, play, repeat. Just new colors. Very gently. Okay, let's hit the soles of his feet. I'm pressing pretty hard for this part. Just leaving a little highlight right there. Sienna Brown. A little white highlight. And a little white highlight here too. Okay. I'm going to use Sienna Brown to re-outline his little shoe. Boom, shoes. Walk on, little gnome. Let's do the mittens, dark to light. Same thing, new spot. Tracing back out. Okay, so make sure when you go to add in your little illustrative lines, those little extra lines I'm putting at the end, if you're doing that too, if your pencil's not sharp, it will not be great. So sharp pencils help. Okay, so we're gonna move on to the vine and the snail. This is the original snail. I am actually going to reference this picture a little more as we proceed forward in doing this shell. I found a picture of a snail. It's gonna be very helpful. We're gonna work on a little bit of texturing as we do this, but still keep the fun, lighthearted, colored pencil, illustrative thing we got going on here. Let's start with our base for the snail body. I'm going to start with light umber. We're gonna start up here. And we're gonna do the dark to light that we've been doing. Start working that there, and then I don't have these drawn in on my snail, but I'm gonna kind of create like a little area here where we're gonna show that shift in the snail. See how he has that little ridge that comes around here where there's a little surface change? We're gonna incorporate that into our snail. Create the little shadow areas. We're going to round out his head a little bit. I know this head looks a little different than the head on the sample snail, but it's still so cute. Cute, cute, cute. And create some roundness in his little antennas. I think the way I'm doing this, you guys can't see because of the shadow of my hand, so I'll flip it like this a little. Okay. The next color I'm using is actually from a different colored pencil pack. It's called Dark Ochre, or Ochre. I always, whatever, that's what it's called. Let me show you what it looks like on the paper. It has like a golden tone to it, but it's brownish, golden brownish. I want to show you. We're going to look at this picture. See how it's darker here? And then you have the light hitting the shell, kind of shows that little bit of shine, but it goes dark to light, and all of these little spirals. That's what we're going to do. We're going to do dark to light and all of the little spirals. And we'll start with the dark brown. Just the same little circular motion, just in a little different pattern than we've been doing. We've been kind of going across bigger surfaces, but we're in this tiny little area here, trying to create that roundness. Okay, I'm gonna go with the Sienna Brown now. Now on my original, I put green in because I wanted these two to color coordinate. You might not want to do that. You might want yours to just be brown, so you just can keep working those colors back and forth to get that dark to light thing. But I'm gonna go ahead and throw that in so my pails are matchy-matchy. Using my magic pencil again. And one more layer. Okay, I'm pretty happy with where the shell is going, except the white is so white on my snail. Like, he got a lot of white there. So I'm just gonna hit some of that with the Sienna Brown to calm it down. Just calm it down just a little bit. Break it up just a little. A lot of layers on this shell. Okay, so now we need to put on his little rope so that the gnome and the snail pail can adventure together. You have to kind of pull them along a little bit. Keep them going, keep them engaged, and then we'll add the shadows at their feet. Just gonna do the apple green. I'm gonna press pretty hard. I'm not gonna do that light first wash. Take my dark green, give it a little dimension. Okay. Now, this little guy needs an outline because he's kind of falling right into the paper. He's kind of starting to be like, are you there, buddy? Or are you kind of blending in with your surroundings a little bit? So I'm going to make him pop with that little bit of outline. If this wasn't an illustration, this would be a big no-no, but this is more like a kid's book illustration, and you can definitely have your fun with outlines in kids' book illustrations. I shouldn't say kids, they call it children's book illustrations. Okay, I'm gonna use that same dark brown and lightly hit underneath the here. We're gonna give him a shadow. Just kind of fade it off. Get our little guy over here, some shadow. Just subtle. Just attach his foot to the bottom of the paper, or to the paper, so it doesn't look like he's just floating. Okay, last little detail here, and it will be his hat. Just putting that outline back on there. And finishing touches. Just going back in anywhere you see it needs it. I think he looks pretty great. Okay, so I think that's it for now. But I am going to make a video with the background for this guy to be continued. If you like or subscribe, that's like liquid gold for YouTubers. I hope yours turned out amazing. Have fun creating. I know I do with all of you. Thanks, guys.